Hello, my name is Jesse Horowitz, and this is Grayson, and we just watched Transformers. Now, Transformers is based on the popular TV series on Cartoon Network. In fact, popular series of TV series. The series twice. Oh well.
I just redo the thing.
Transformers is based on a popular TV show, or should I say series of TV shows. There were quite a few of them. That actually were out around the time that I was growing up. My brother was a big fan of them, and while I didn't watch a lot of them, from what I got, they were children's entertainment, like a lot of the other stuff on. Michael Bay's version of the show is very different. Michael Bay's Transformers represents a fundamental misunderstanding of the Spielberg rule, which is to focus on the human characters rather than the alien ones. The problem is he forgets that you also sort of need to characterize the alien characters too, and the result is something that is just dreadful.
I just find it interesting that I really appreciate what you said about the complete misunderstanding of the Spielberg rule, and I have a very good comparison between this complete directing style, just total. It doesn't feel like it's either at least the first one, mainly the second and third one, which we have watched before now. The first one doesn't even feel really like a completely like it doesn't entirely feel like it's part of 2 and 3, at least in my own
I completely agree. Well, it feels like it's funny, so you know for a fact, and I know, they definitely made this film with the intention of making sequels, and yet you wouldn't know that from watching the film, because at the end of the first film, the main, spoiler alert, spoiler alert for like a 5-year-old film, the main villain dies. And he's dropped into the bottom of the ocean where it's going to destroy his body. Something they forget, but we'll get to that later.
But the point I was trying to make was the first film really does feel like just a hodgepodge of typical ways that Steven Spielberg would make a movie. Like, you can very clearly see in the first movie that there's a very heavy E.T. influence. But at the same time, those moments of I guess childhood kind of coming through in this situation where also there's this big alien invasion happening at the same time, where it's literally like a far more raunchy and far more poorly made Spielberg movie is invaded by a Michael Bay movie. And in the only comparison that I could really have that you will especially definitely agree with me on is Man of Steel, where most of the beginning of the movie really does feel like, we're trying to be like a Nolan movie, but we really have no idea what we're doing through most of it, and then the last 30 minutes we are invaded by a violent Zack Snyder movie, and it just feels like a complete tonal mess, and it does not feel like an entire one-piece movie. And I also would like to agree with you on what you said about how this movie completely misunderstands the Spielberg rule of especially what you said, that it focuses on the human characters, but the human characters don't really change much in this movie. Like, something I appreciated about E.T. in a way that, in my own opinion, it's pretty much as close to a perfect movie as a movie like that could possibly be, and is because most of the characters in that movie grow. What has the Shia LaBeouf character learned at the end of the movie? That he has a girlfriend. He's learned that he has a girlfriend.
An alien robot can get him the gold. Have you ever tried picking up a gold with an alien robot, Grayson?
Well,
I do it all the time, and it works.
It's really just the whole movie is just a complete misunderstanding of how to balance character.
I like to say something to go back to something you said, that it has this sort of coming of age feel, but at the same time very raunchy. I mean, I don't understand that. So you have this show, all these shows are for children. All of these shows, I mean, I don't even remember how young I was when the Transformers shows were out. I think I was really young.
A majority of them came out far before we were born. They came out in like
but I remember 90s. But I remember like watching them on Cartoon Network and stuff. They were still on, and it were newer shows even when I was little. But so you have this show and it's for children, and then you do all these stuff, and they're going to watch the film.
Yeah, I know exactly what
And
you're
it's the
saying.
raunchiest film ever, and I'm just like, they have these jokes,
however,
and they're juvenile. They're
I would,
so juvenile.
I would like to say the way that you're phrasing this, while it is certainly a problem in the first movie, it is nothing compared to what it is in the second movie.
Well,
when they're really saying like things like dickhole and like pussy and like and just
How can they say
bitches.
that? I do not think they say that one.
What
though.
what pussy?
I don't
No,
think
they
How
do.
can they say that?
They say like when the we're saying we're showing our hand a tiny bit for the second one. Big shock. Critics don't like the second Transformers movie, but
What?
but the
Best
twins
Picture?
but the twins they like constantly say that word, and,
Oh,
it's,
really?
and it's like
Oh.
it's stunning that like marketed towards kids,
I mean,
marketed towards kids.
and on that topic, since we're talking about racist characters, oh my God, the racism in this film. Oh my God! So I'd like
It's
to say
glorious.
what I think. What this film has, what I'm probably alone in this, but I think the most offensive, the most racist part of any of the Transformers films is Jazz. And I'm going to say why. Jazz is a Transformer and he's clearly black. Only one
Why is he-
Transform, only one Autobot dies, and it's Jazz.
Wait. Can we just point out the reason why we know he's black? Is
Oh, it's
because first of all he break dances awkwardly in the middle of scenes, and we're not even making that up. Like, yeah, that was quite a scene. His character introduction when he just comes up. Like, what was the line that he said? It was something like, "This looks like a cool place to," and he folds back like this. I'm like, oh well, do you want me to get you some KFC while you're sitting down there,
Well, I get
Jazz?
some Popeyes chicken.
Yeah,
and
get some
watermelon
Popeyes chicken.
Jazz. And,
Want some grape soda?
But the reason
Yeah.
I think that he's the most offensive, even though I understand the racist robots, they're illiterate.
Well, that's the second movie.
Yeah, the second movie.
Get your
though.
back
But
straight.
this is of all the films. The reason I think this is the most offensive is this is the first of all, one Autobot dies, and it's the black one, of course.
Okay,
And second,
yeah.
and then they don't care about him. They're just like, well, we died, we lost a friend, but we gained new ones.
That is like literally exactly what they say, and I love that scene. Where
Like,
it's just like,
well,
wait, no,
you-
what?
you're
And
the
I love-
black guy,
And
who
not only
cares?
is he say, not only is that the line, but he's holding the dead remains of his fallen comrade in his arms. Like, the only thing that would have made that better is, well, we lost a friend, but we gained new ones. Just like throws him on the ground. That would have completed it. But I personally disagree with what you're saying. That I don't even know if this is racism. What Michael Bay is doing, and we were going to get more into this,
Well, I don't know
especially
if any of this is racism, as much as it is Michael Bay is a complete moron.
That actually was my argument.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say it really does come off like Michael Bay does not have any other jokes in his arsenal other than either just black grannies flipping people off in one of the most ridiculous jokes in the first movie, or it's very crude and often very mean-spirited stereotypes. Like we were talking about this beforehand about in the middle of probably the best action scene of the entire movie, which is unfortunate as it is entirely pointless, which I will comment on, I'm sure, later
It's
on.
one in the desert, by the way.
Yeah, the scorpion. Yeah,
The scorpion.
exactly. You know exactly.
Yeah,
what the best fight in the movie
that
is the scorpion fight in the middle of the desert, and in the middle of honestly a pretty good action scene. In the middle of it, it's just like he calls someone because we gotta get in the airstrike, and then it's just like. A complete change of music goes to an Indian call center, like to a call center, and who is it other than an Indian guy? Like really,
Right.
and he's like picking his nose, and it's horrible.
Right, and what I don't understand about this is, first of all, you're in the middle of an action scene, and a really good one, and
Not the first time it happens in these movies, by the way. It happens
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
almost every action scene at least twice. But go on.
what I don't understand about Bay in this, I don't think Bay is actually racist. I think it is. I don't even think it's that. I think that Bay is so unable to portray characters that this is just how he has to portray them. That he has no other choice because he uses it. There's these really, and I understand there are all films out there where they portray stereotypes and they aren't anywhere near as mean-spirited, but Bay's stereotypes, they are really mean-spirited.
It
And I
does
will
come
say
off that way
something.
at times.
I will say, like, there's the hacker. I forgot his name. Anthony Anderson's character.
I don't
You
remember.
can say
I don't even
whatever.
think he gets a name in the movie.
Yeah, I don't even
honestly.
know. It's
Good going.
hateful as stereotype as he is. He's intelligent. He's a hacker. He wears he has glasses.
You know, that's totally debatable because Anthony Anderson is not selling intelligence off of any scene. The script can write him as being fine because the fact that he's a genius hacker only comes off. It literally almost comes off as just like, well, if we're gonna have this kind of stereotyping, then we gotta make it a little bit better. So. We'll make him allegedly smart. There's nothing in his performance that makes me believe, like, yeah, this is a smart man.
But to be fair, there are also people that I've met where meeting them does not convince me they're smart, but I know they're smart.
Well, all right.
But yeah, just a fair point. But I think that
point.
one of the things I don't understand about this is, and I mentioned before the Spielberg rule, is in E.T. Yes, it focuses on the human characters, but it's not like E.T. was a wooden board.
No.
It's not like he was a cardboard cutout that they were just like leading on Halloween and giving Reese's Pieces to. He was actually, it was
Some
actually
pretty obnoxious product placement even in E.T. Which they got the product if they were going to keep one thing right from the Spielberg rule, they kept the product placement. The product placement in these movies, and it gets. I would personally say it gets worse, but possibly at least tied for the worst example of product placement of the entire series that has come out so far, because we have not seen Transformers 4 Age of Farce, but
Age of Extinction. It's causing the extinction of the it's causing the extinction of the human race.
Of cinema. It's causing the extinction of cinema. Not a very promising looking movie, at least not in my own opinion. But the scene the scene.
Dinosaurs though. But dinosaurs though.
Who cares? Okay. We'll get into that in the third movie, but in this first movie, there's that terrible scene when the Megan Fox character is lying on Shia and she's like, well, why does he always turn into this piece of crap Camaro? And then he turns into a sports car, and it literally has the music dun dun dun.
Right, and here's the thing that's interesting about this.
It is filmed like a car commercial. It's like, look how awesome this car is. Look how great this car is. Don't you want to buy this car?
Right, and just